From the far reaches of the Milky Way galaxy, it's Retro Nerd Girl with a 5-year anniversary video for you. It's been 5 years since the first Retro Nerd Girl movie review was posted on YouTube on June 16th, 2016. That day I posted 2 movie reviews, The Day the Earth Stood Still, released in 1951, and The Masters of the Universe, released in 1987. These reviews took me about 3 months to complete, and it still takes me that long even now to make videos. Although I've been struggling this year with posting movie reviews, I can assure you more are on the way. 2020 was a tough year, but I actually had more time on my hands back then to make more videos, and I even broke my record for posting videos. In 2021, it's been very challenging, but in different ways, because I was actually given more hours on my day job schedule, which I desperately needed. And I have a lot more projects kind of swirling around me, and I'm beginning to get a little burnt out, to be quite honest. And a combination of exhaustion, writer's block, and mental health issues has really slowed me down, and it's been a battle more this year than ever. The last thing I want to do is totally burn out to the point I never want to make reviews, and I don't see myself getting there, but it came really close to that. So a few breaks were definitely needed. So what really sent me off the edge this year was I began to have problems with my editing program, Filmora Wondershare. And look, it's a pretty awesome program for the price, and it's really easy to use. It was actually really working well for me for so many years. And I never upgraded it because it seems like every time I upgraded it, it would delete everything, all my settings that I saved, and then it would be like a month before I could get into the groove again. Well, unfortunately, I had a Windows update recently that totally slowed down my system, and it also killed that version of Filmora that I was using. It wouldn't let me edit or do anything. I had to download a new version, and that really made my computer even slower than it was, and I lost a lot of saved settings that I couldn't transfer. So I pretty much had to start over from scratch, and you see some of the changes that I had to make in the last movie review that I did for this channel, which is A Trip to the Moon, that was released in 1902. And I'm still recreating my templates and learning how to edit on this new program. It's pretty frustrating and annoying, but I love this channel, so there's no way I'm not figuring this thing out. So bear with me if you may spot some editing mistakes along the way. And there were plenty in the past, so it won't be anything new. I think, that the slowness of the computer is the biggest issue that I'm having, so I'm really saving up for a new editing computer with more space on it. For example, it took a whole day to export my last video, and when it's exporting, I can't really do anything on the computer. Another challenge this year was I actually got called a social justice warrior and quote-unquote woke a few times, which I don't actually mind criticism to do with like something that I've made a mistake on. Sometimes people will let me know that I made a mistake on a date or some kind of information that I got wrong, and I will gladly try to fix those things if that's possible, or like say, hey, my bad. But I do mind the name calling. Name calling is it's like, I guess the definition of warrior, being called a social justice warrior has become sort of a dirty word in a way. And I guess even the definition of warrior has changed over the years, because I am so not a warrior. I mean, I am the most chill person ever. And I usually don't like to engage in stuff like that. But if I mention the obvious race or gender differences in the films from the 1900s versus the expectations of the modern day, then I guess then I'm a social justice warrior now. I guess I'm woke or whatever, maybe just stating the obvious. Now, the main inspiration for creating this channel was movie appreciation. And what I noticed was a lot of modern critics and reviewers were simply discarding or flat out lambasting films for presenting old race or gender ideals from the era in which the film was made. For instance, Forbidden Planet, released in 1956, had many complaints from reviewers that the female love interest, Altera, was a passive and unuseful character in the story. As well, there were some criticisms about the film that there were no females or people of color on the crew. With movies like that, I really want people to understand the limitations of the social norms at the time the film was made and how it influenced some of the story decisions. Besides, I can't do a full analysis of movies without bringing up something that's that important. So believe me, I wish I didn't have to talk about stuff like this and that it never existed. But moving on to yet another subject, many of you guys may not know this, but all of my written reviews are posted on my blog. And the link for that is in the description of this video. And there you can read them, and there are lots of things that I include, like things that I don't get to fit into the videos because of time or focus, or for whatever reasons I can't put them in the video or they just get left out. So there's a little bit more context or information sometimes in my written blogs. So again, the link is in the description. But to go back to the celebration of the 5 years of me being on YouTube on this channel, looking back, I have 128 movie reviews posted on this channel after 5 beautiful years. I can't believe it. It's been 5 years. And of all the projects that I've ever done in my life, I have to say these movie reviews are the ones I'm most proud of to date. Absolutely, truly. I think that they have a real lasting power to stand the test of time by contributing to society in the way of entertainment and information, while projecting my positive perspective on the visual media that I love so much, flaws and all. At the end of the day, I love movies and what they stand for and how they impact society in monumental ways. And my ultimate plan is to continue to do this for as long as I possibly can. I wanted to say a special thank you to all of my subscribers. I wonder, when did you start your subscription to the channel? Tell me in the comments. And what would you like to see me do in the next 5 years, since it takes me about that long to get things done, apparently. I mean, just kidding. But I may not get to it, but I love having some idea if what I've planned or what I'm planning are things that you're also interested in as well. I also want to give a special thank you to my patrons at Patreon, who really keep the channel going by helping me with things like bills for the Wi-Fi, getting equipment, movie rentals, the occasional coffee, to write my 20-page scripts. Things like that. It really means a lot. The channel would have pretty much died a long time without you guys. So thank you so very much. And I also wanted to tell you that I'll be posting a lot more extras on Patreon. Like, you guys will be seeing my movie reviews a couple of days before they're posted publicly, and I'll be letting you know what movies I'm working on and the stages I'm at with them. I'm also hoping that it gives you a chance to watch the movies if you're inclined to do so. So that stuff will definitely be over on Patreon. I'm happy to announce that. And you guys should be getting a video in a couple of days, special video in a couple of days. And for everyone, a new review is coming in about a week or two. depending on my schedule, and I hope it's a week, but it may be a week or two. But for now, I bid you adieu and wish you a wonderful summer. Thank you so much for joining me on this epic trip around the galaxy. And here's to another 5 years of movie reviews.